Hello everybody, Pip here from queenpipcards.com and the Card Making Know-How Academy. Welcome to my final live stream of 2025. Oh my goodness, where's that year gone? I have no idea. Okay, so what are we doing today? Today we're doing Snowy Scenes. I'm using products from Chloe's Creatives box 17, volume 17 pack today. So that's what we're going to be playing with. So when you arrive, please come, please say hello. The chat is live. I love hearing from you all. I'll take questions as we go. And I've got lots of things to share with you today. So, are we ready? Shall we get started? Why not? Okay, so on my desk today, you will find... Oh, there we go, turn that light on. Hi, Ange. Lovely to see you. So yeah, today we've got... this beautiful stamp set. Hi, Anne. Anya. Hello. How are you? This is Chloe's Creators, as I said, stamp set from box 17. Lots and lots of different stamps on here, and today I'm using this one, the post box and festive wishes. Okay. In the box, you also get the brilliant magazine. And in the magazine, you also get some papers. Now, I don't normally use papers out of a magazine because they're shiny and fairly thin. But these are not shiny and thin. These are quite thick and they're matte. So I like them for that reason. So in here we have some which have got like scenes on them. So I'm going to cheat today and I'm going to use a scene that comes from the pack. Okay. Alrighty, so I've also got some alcohol markers. I've also got some VersaFine Clair. And I've got my tape runner. So, what are we going to do today? So today I have a 5x7 card base. If you work in centimetres, it's nearly 13. It's about 12.7 by 17. I want to say 8. So you can do your layers in centimetres. I just tend to use inches because we're kind of interchangeable over here in the UK. We do a bit of both. So I've got that as my card base, but I don't want it to be plain. Oh, it's Christmassy, right? Oh, I did. And yeah, oh, good. Of course, I try. I do try. Sometimes I get it horribly wrong, so I'm glad I got it right for you. Hurrah! Jane's here as well. And Anya's good, so that's good. We're all good today. Okay, so I'm just getting my lights in. Oh, now why have I disappeared from there? I'm there, but I'm not there. You can't see me. Where's that gone? Hold on. Hold on. There I am. I'm back. Hello. Excellent. Hi, Sally. Excellent. It's good to have you all here. Right. So off we go. So here is my 5x7 card. And what I've done is I've taken a piece. I had to do this beforehand because otherwise this would never dry in time. So I've run a piece of cardstock, which I've cut down, through the embossing folder, the birch embossing folder, by Stampin' Up! This one. And then I have glittered, you can see it's shedding everywhere. I've glittered the edges, okay, all the way around the edges. And I've also glittered just a few of these lines because I thought they looked a little bit like icicles. So I've glittered those already, so they look a little bit like icicles. I don't need to glitter most of it because it's going to be hidden on my card. Okay, so I've done that. And now I'm going to glue it to my card base. So I'm being a little bit careful because it was only like an hour or so ago. I mean, it should be dry by now. It is dry. But you know, glitter does shed if you do that. So just be gentle with it. So now we're going to add this embossed layer to the card base. And even though it's white on white, because it's embossed, it gives it that little bit of extra zhuzh. Because it's Christmas, we need a little extra zhuzh, right? All Christmas cards should have zhuzh, whether it's in glitter or glimmer or foil or, you know, extra special glistening bauble-y things or embellishments or whatever. Christmas cards need a bit of zhuzh. Okay, so that's my first layer down. All right, and that's not actually gone on not too bad, not too, considering I had it laid flat. Okay, then I've cut myself a square. Now this is from the oh, what have I done set of dies that if you've been following along with me, you'll know what I'm talking about. These are the Chloe's dies, which I bought very excitedly when she had a Black Friday sale, and then realised that half of these won't fit through my machine because I only have a standard stamp and cut and emboss or Big Shot. But never mind, I'm still looking. I'm looking at my alternatives for these, but they're like 200 odd quid, so I'm like, okay, we'll just wait. A friend of mine has the big machine, so she said I can go and use hers. But thankfully, this size does fit through my Big Shot, my Stampin' Cut and Emboss rather. So I've used that to cut myself a silver square. Okay, and I know it's a rectangle going on a square, but all will become clear in a moment. I'm going to completely blow your mind now because the next thing I've got is circles. But I did actually do a video a while ago now, circles and squares. Circles and squares live perfectly well together as long as you know how to put them together. So what I've done is I've cut out a frame, and then I've cut out some of that beautiful paper from the magazine, and I'm going to lay the frame on top and glue it down. It's a bit dirty, this. I don't know why it's a bit mucky. Obviously it was in the... I'm just going to go around the edge of this with my rubber. It's just a little grubby. That must have come off my die cuts. Now these are old die cuts. These are not Stampin' Up die cuts. These are old Spellbinder die cuts, which I've had for many, 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 many years and haven't used them for ages. And they're the brown ones, you know, so maybe they've just shed a little, which would be a shame if they have, but it looks like they have because these are not, they're not clean. Interesting. Interesting to note. Check your dies, ladies and gents, and see if they're shedding. Anyway, I think that's kind of okay. It's not taking it all off, but we'll get there. Yeah, some of that's really stuck in. Okay, well, we'll give it a go. We might have to embellish it. Okay, so get rid of that. You know, when you put the bright lights on, you can really see. Does normal cardstock stick to glitter card? It does, but only if... That's a good question, Ange. Yes. Does normal cardstock stick to glitter card? It does, but I recommend you using something strong like Tombow, art glitter glue, something like that, because it needs it won't stick as well with this unless you use red tape. Red tape it also works with, the really, really strong tape, but I just prefer glue, she says, with her Tombow not working. Come on. I do prefer glue. I love glue. Why are you being horrible to me on my live stream? That's not good. That's not good. There's definitely... I've got something stuck inside it. So, there we go. Now it's working. Sometimes you just have to take out that bit in the middle. Okay. You have to know that it's there and not press too hard. Otherwise you're going, why is this not working? Why is this not working? And then you go splat. And then you end up with a massive dollop of glue precisely where you don't want it to be. And then the air turns a little blue. Okay, so gently does it. All right, so now we've got some glue around the frame. I'm going to glue that to my picture, which I've, cheated. I haven't actually, I haven't made an image. I've just die cut an image from the papers because that's what they're for. And at the end of the day, yes, I could easily make a frame, make a picture that looked like that. But why not use paper when you can? That's what I say. It's a little bright. Let's do that. So there we go. That's our lovely houses with a little Christmas tree. And they're going to go and sit inside my silver frame. Now for this, rather than wet glue, I recommend tape because it's going on to foil, and we all know what a mess wet glue can make on foil if it gets in the wrong spot. So take that away, that risk, and put it on with tape. Now I'm just lining that up. Is that lined up straight? Let's bring it over here, we can see it a bit better. I think that's kind of lined up straight. That looks okay. It's a little over that way. No, it's stuck now. That'll do. That's okay, because we're going to put something over there anyway. Okay, so now I have my houses with my little nice ring and then my square frame. And that is going to sit on here. Now, I was chatting with the Academy members just at the weekend, and we were bemoaning the price of postage in the UK. I went to start sending out Christmas cards and prizes and all kinds of things. £3.15, 3.15 pounds and pence to send a first class large letter. That's a shocking amount of money. So, things have to be either hand delivered if they're lots of layers, or they have to be flat so that I can do them second class and not a large letter. So yeah, that was for a large letter, but it's just like, that's just criminal. Okay, how are we doing here? That looks like it's gone down okay. Yeah, there we go. So now we have our glitter layer, so our card, our glitter, now our silver, and then our snowy sheen, that's a careful bit, snowy scene in the middle. Okay, there we go. Put my teeth in. Okay, now I'm going to leave that for, actually no, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the gluey bit first, because this might take some time to dry, in the hopes that it will dry before we finish. So now I've got my stickles, and now I'm adding snow to the tops of all these houses, and we'll do it now in the hopes that it dries before I finish my card. It might not, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so we're just popping on snowy bits via stickles. And the good thing with stickles is they just sort of go wherever. So you can literally just add them on. It's nice because it comes out in a little tubey thing, so it's got a nice fine applicator. But if it is too much, you know, my tip is to always use a silicone brush to make it a little less gloopy. You can always do that. This seems to be working all right. Get down into little icicles there, across the top of the house. Not the house, the little windowy thing. What's that called? Like a little, it's got a special name for it. Oh, I can't remember. Dormer window? Not a dormer window, is it? Oh, somebody will tell me. One of you clever people will know what that's called. And you will let me know in the comments. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to bother with my tree. Yeah, no, I'm just going to leave it on the houses. Okay, so is it a dormer window? What is that little thing where it sticks out of the house? You see it? So it's like it's in the roof, but it's sticking out. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, there we go. So now I've applied yes, dormer window. Thank you, Sally. Come to my rescue. So I've applied stickles, so you can just about see if I turn it. Can you see all that glittery stuff going on there now? Oh, it's a real Christmassy card, this one. Right, okay. So then the next thing to do is to colour in my postbox. Now, to make this really nice and bright black, I've actually heat embossed this beforehand. So I've heat embossed it using my Versafine Clair and Versamark to create this lovely like black impression. And now I'm going to colour it. So I've got my real red, got a dark Poppy Parade, a light Poppy Parade, and a light real red. I think my dark real red is too dark, but I think my light real red is lovely. So it's actually quite light. Well, I might go darker than that actually. It's not very, maybe it does need to be the dark one. Hold on. About the dark Poppy Parade. What's that look like? Oh, that's a bit better. Okay, so we're going to go dark Poppy Parade. That real red is a little bit too pink, weirdly. Okay, so we're going to come in here and we're going to put all of the, do all of this in red. And then sadly, the only thing I don't like about these stamps is they don't have dies. So you'll have to watch me do a bit of fussy cutting. Did look pink, didn't it, Sally? Yeah, it wasn't the right colour. So I don't know if it's just because it's run out Maybe it's running out. Now, what do we think that little bit there is? I think that could just be a bit of snow that's dripped down, but we'll just colour it in red just to be safe. Otherwise it's going to look weird being just a white sort of strip. Okay. Alright, so now find the behind your leaves. This can be the tricky bit, because the leaves go over the front, but there is some bits. I think that's it actually. I think that's maybe that bit there. Okay, and then now, does it have a black base? Thinking about it, must have black bases, don't they? Do they? Do they have red bases or black bases? I don't know. Maybe they have red bases. Now we need my phone to go and have a look and see what a British postbox looks like. Let me just get. I'm going to Google it, because if in doubt, Google it. British postbox. British postbox. There we go. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, they have black bases. I thought they did. Do you know what? I forgot to get my black. Hold on. Hold on. Now, the question is my black working? If my black's not working, I've got another pen I can use. Let's just check this. Oh. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Right, okay. So, black base here, which I know is probably not so cheery, but it's more authentic. So I'm going for authenticity rather than cheeriness, because otherwise it wouldn't look like one of our post boxes. Okay. Now, let's see if I can use the other end to fill in the big bits. Save some time. It's not quite so dark at the other end, but that's okay, because we need a little bit of light. Otherwise, oops, nope, pulled my end off. Otherwise, it's got no shape to it. So we'll just do a bit of dark here, dark here, dark here. We'll just leave that bit in the middle to look a little lighter, like it's just had a bit of light flashing on it. Maybe not all of that, but some of that. There we go. Okay, all right. So now we've got a little bit of a painting myself already. Honestly, doesn't take a lot these days to get me messy. Okay, so there we go. I might just go over it one more time with the other side, just to mess it, because it's a little light, but it'll still be lighter than the other. It'll dry lighter. So leave that for a minute. Don't do any more with that pip. Now, what did I have? My dark Poppy Parade. Lost it. Got done with it. There it is. Let's do the centre of this, because this is red. And then I think I might leave the... I don't know what I'm going to do the 25th of December in. It's normally white when they, you know, with the little labels to tell you when the last post is and all that stuff. So I think I might leave it white, just for authenticity. Okay. Like so. Look, I'm wandering all over the place with my thingy. If I come in a bit, so I'm going to come in a bit so you can see me do the... Now you can see me do the detail bit around the holly, and then I'll do colour in the holly, and you can see me do that. Okay, so this is coming now, and see that it's slightly darker than this, but don't worry, it'll all mush together in the end. Okay, so I'm going to leave that white, like so. Okay, now we do need to have the sides a little darker, So I'm going to go back to my dark real red, because we do need to add a bit of shading in, otherwise your box is, well, it's pretty two-dimensional really. So we'll add a little darkness, oops, under the holly leaves, down here, under here. Under the snow is going to be a bit darker. You see that? So just add a little bit under here, down the sides here, under here. There we go, see how that goes. This is going to be darker under here because this is a lip sticking out. Okay. Bit of shadow from there. Okay. Alright, so now we've got our red postbox. Now I've got shaded spruce for my little pine holly leaves. Not pine cones, holly leaves. It's going to come in here. And they look dark now, but they do lighten a little. Oh, they're going to be fun to cut out, aren't they? She says, not. We'll just talk amongst ourselves while that is. Has everybody finished all their cards? That's my question. Because I'll let you into secret. I have not. I've not finished all my cards yet. Which is a bit of a pain, really. Oh, I think I've missed a bit of red. Okay, I'll go back in here. Bit of red. Yeah. Let me know if you've finished all your cards, sent them all out, got them all off. You know, if you're just one of those people that we all need to be slightly annoyed at. In the nicest possible way. Because I have not. I am nowhere near ready. Actually, I haven't done the top of my post box. So let's do the top of my post box, because it doesn't all have to be snowy. This could just have a bit of snow along there and on the top. That looks right. And then this is a little robin, obviously. Red breast. And then I put copper clay here for this. Finished making them, still writing them, says Sally. Yeah. And that's kind of where I am as well. Little brown bird. Lovely. Okay, so now before I go any further with glittery stuff and things like that, now I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to zoom back out again so that you don't have, whoops, no, wrong way. There we go, so you don't feel sick while I'm trying to cut this all out. One year we sent our cards on Boxing Day. Jane, that's a cracking idea. I might send mine. We were chatting in my Facebook group about the Russian Orthodox Church and the fact that they celebrate their Christmas on the 7th of Jan. And I was thinking, now you see, that would be marvellous. It'd give me much more time to send my Christmas cards out. So, you know, I could just claim the whole, actually, I'm working on the Gregorian calendar or whatever. Julian? Are we Julian and they're Gregorian? Something like that. So I could just work on that premise. I might not get away with it very much, but you know, it might be worth a try. Okay, so I'm going to go roughly around my holly. I'm not going to be too pedantic about it. Let's just do this for now, and I can always come back and titivate later. Come back up here. And then around this bit. Get rid of this, that's now annoying me. Come back in here. Do this. I have to say, at least I've done, she says that I've done hardly any. I think I've managed to, but I have got them ready to go. I've sent a couple out. People with prizes. You got your Christmas cards, so that's good. And then I need to, I just need to get the last ones out the door, sort of now, really, this afternoon. So I'm going to finish this live and then get cracking on writing them. Okay. I'll come back down in here. Down here. I can always blame the post, says Sally. That's very true, she says, as she does a post box. That's very true, because, you know, it can take anywhere between 1 and 5 weeks, really, depending on how they're feeling. I saw in another group, in like a local group, one poor lady, she'd sent her card twice, and twice it had come back to her. And it wasn't even like she was sending it locally and it just got confused. She was sending it to Australia, and they kept bringing it back to somewhere in Fleet. And it's like, why would you do that? She'd obviously put her return address on the back, but even so, you'd think that they would see the stamps on the front and the address on the front says very clearly Australia, and it had the right postage and everything on it. So it wasn't like she'd even tried to cheat them out of any postage or whatever. But no, twice she'd sent it, twice it had come straight back to her house. How bad is that? Maybe that's AI sorting or something. Maybe that's not a human having a look at it in the posting system. Maybe it's a machine doing it and getting it completely wrong. She said, I don't know what else I can do other than stick it back in the box yet again. But I mean, it's been franked and everything and then just come back. It's like, very annoying. Okay. So there we go. I think that's fairly well cut out now. Didn't take long. It doesn't take long when you're chatting, so that's good. That can get recycled. And then this gets hoovered. There we go. Right, so now we have this bit. So he's now cut out. So now he's going to go here. Yes, that's going to look nice. Now this I am going to put some dimensionals on. You can see how the alcohol markers have come back. If you don't have alcohol markers, you could use pencils, would work just as well. And you know me, I'm going to make sure that they have no soggy middles. It's going to be well stuck. No chance of it dropping off when it's sitting on the mantelpiece. All right. So, oh, I've just put my finger in the stickles. I forgot about the stickles. Drat. Oh, now we've got stickles all over the front of the card. Oh, I'll have to sort that out in a minute. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to put our post box there. Just going over a little bit of the house. Like so. Okay. What have I done here? Look, I've managed to... It's gone everywhere. It's gone all the way up into the clouds. That's not going to get it. Could look a little like smoke, I suppose, but not really. So we'll make it look a little bit more like smoke, I guess. There's some more on the rooftops there. And I might just do some swirly bits in the sky. There we go. It's not really like snow, but you never know. Kind of covers it up, and then we'll put some more back where it came from, where my big lumpy finger went. Okay. And I think we've saved it. Yeah, we've saved it. It's fine. Alrighty, that'll do. So now, oh, come on, stick. There you are stuck. That's good. Phew. Okay, so now we've got our lovely post box. Does it look like it's on the slant? It does look like it's a bit skewy, isn't it? God, Woody. Okay. Come on. Oh, it's really stuck. Let's just turn it that way. Is that a bit better? That's a little better. It's now working at a bit of tangent to itself, but yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Okay, so now we're going to finish with some lovely words. So I have here festive wishes, and I've got my VersaFine Claire because we need a nice dark to go with the post box, I feel. So festive wishes. This is just an offcut. You know, when you cut 4 fronts to get onto your normal size cardstock, you always end up with a strip like this when you're cutting your second layers. So I just keep those and they make great labels. So now I'm going to measure that. What is that? So look at that, nearly dead on 6.5. Okay, and that's about 2.5. Yeah, always is. So now I've got a bit of foil. So we're going to need it to be 3. Oh, let's see if this bit's long enough. It might not be. 3 by 7. Oh yeah, plenty space. 3 by 7. There we go. So that's my little layer. It's my matte layer. Now this is wet because it's versifying Claire. So you need to have a bit of paper just to put it down on. Make sure it doesn't get too smudged. No. Foil. It's going on foil. Going on foil, Pip. Okay. Oops. There we go. So now pop that down, hopefully in the right place. So, and then again, I cover it up to press it down, and then that way you're not smudging your words. Okay, so that we can now put some dimensionals on the back. And again, let's just make sure that's not going to come soggy anywhere. Yes, I do like to use a lot of dimensionals or foam pads. I just hate to see anything that's just not sitting right. There we go. And then this should fit just in there. It's a little large. Oh, it's a little large, isn't it, actually? I should have measured this and cut this down a little bit more. What do we think? Do I want it to overlap that, or do I want to do that again? Do you know what? I'm going to do that again. Now I'm not going to lose this. I'm going to find an old pack. Okay, and then clean that bit off, make sure it's not dusty, and then just stick it to that. Then that works for another card, but this needs to be smaller. So we'll just do that again. I think it's all right fat-wise. It's just like a bit too long. So I need to come right close. I might even trim it all the way down. Let's do that. Ugh. No, too heavy-handed. Too heavy-handed. Squished it. See it? Pressed it too hard there, and it squished the F. You want a squished F. That's better. That's better. Okay, I've got to leave it to dry again. Just dry that off a little bit like that. It's cheating, but it works. Okay, so now let's make that bit. Oh, I nearly put my fingers back in the shiny stuff. Let's not do that. Let's make this really small, close to that bit. Close to this bit. And let's take a little bit off the top here, make it a bit smaller. Can't be that much smaller there, can it really? Be a lot smaller. Alright, so whereas before it was a nice let's just do, we could layer that with 2 and 5. That makes it a lot smaller. So 2 and 5. So let's get it to the 2 mark. And then the 5. Alright, let's try that. It's always best to go with what you think. If it looks too big, it is too big. That's my motto. So make it work. Bring it down. Make it smaller. Don't settle, right? Just because I was live doesn't mean to say that I'm going to go with it. If I don't think it's right, I'm going to change it. Oh, look, it's still coming off. Just be a little bit more that way. Okay. And it's still, you can see it's still coming off slightly, but there we go. Right, how does that look? Let's test it first, Pip. That looks much better. Much, much better. Yes? Okay. And we don't need as many dimensionals. We can just go across the whole thing like that. Okay. So now, I think we need some more snow on the post box, but I don't want to do that until I've done this bit. Okay. Now I think we can bring that just about quite to go there, I think. Just a bit up and in. Yeah. Because then those little icicles look like they're just coming down from it. So then we just finish off with some stickles for the snow on top of the post box. And if you had that fluffy stuff, you could do the fluffy stuff instead. That would also work. And then we don't actually have any red berries, which seems wrong to me. So I'm just going to go and grab, I hope it's still working. Should be, bear with me. I've decanted all of my my stickles and my metallics and my navy drops and everything like that into this. And these are red enamel Stampin' Up ones, so I'm hoping that this is still working. Is it? No, it's blocked. Okay. It is an old one, so I don't know how long. No. Should be coming. Is it coming? Oh, I hope so, because I don't have. I got red stickles, I suppose. I could use those instead. But these would look better. Come on. Might need to have its. Might need its end clearing. Like that. Yeah, this is all coming up now. Okay, so if you've got an old pin, or this is like an old cake tool that I use, it's great for clearing the ends of your nozzles for things. But a stainless steel pin would work as well. Oh, come on, is it coming out? No, it's not coming out. Okay. Rats. I'll try and see if I can fix that, but otherwise that's going in the bin. So it looks like the only red we've got is my stickles. Yeah, that's working. Oh yeah. And then I'm just going to literally touch to my holly. Not very big. Let's see if I can't do a few little berry type droplets thingies, just to see. I don't need much, don't need all of that, that's for sure. I think that's okay. So you probably can't see it, but if I come up here and just turn it slightly, can you see now I've got those little red berries there? Hey Sue, Sue's here. That's lovely. Nice to have you join us. Yeah, so there we go. So that is my snowy scene, Christmassy snowy scene Christmas card. What do you think? I think that's come out quite nice. With a couple of bleeps and bloopers along the way. And I did do the designing for it in my book. So this is my design. As you can see, it's very basic, but it had like what I've used. And then I'm just going to put stickles for snow on there. And then this is what it came out like. So not bad at all, I think. So that is, can you believe it, my final my final live stream of the year. But I'll be back again, don't worry. 5th of January 2026, I'll be back. Oh, you got the magazine, did you? Anya, oh, brilliant. Yes, the big snowman's fantastic. Oh, good. Well, you can definitely replicate this then, because that's from that magazine. So you could definitely have a go with that. And let us know how you get on. I'd love to see it. So, excellent. Good. Sally likes it. That's good. So if you do like this, members will be getting a tutorial with the sizes and what I've used and the measurements and all that kind of stuff. That will be coming out in your treats on Tuesday tomorrow. So that's a little added extra. Oh, I'm trying to put my sticky thing away. Go, where'd you go? There you go. So yes, so you'll get that in your post tomorrow. And then in January, we'll be off. January will be off and running with a new set of things that we'll be looking at in the Academy every month. And I always do a live that kind of goes along with it. This month is actually generic men's cards, but I decided, do you know what? I think everyone's really more interested in Christmas, so I decided to do Christmas. But in the hub, we do have a class on generic men's cards and some ideas and suggestions for that. So yes, so if you're in the hub, go and have a look at that. If you're a member, go and have a look at that. That class is up. And if you're not in the hub, then come and join us. You can come and join us very easily at cardmakingknowhow.com. You can have a look on here, find out all about it. And I still do have some spaces for my March retreat on Sunday the 29th of March. We're going to be doing a Lavinia retreat. So if you're interested in learning how to do Lavinia, we're going to start easy. So it's going to be more simple cards where you do more than one card in a day, because otherwise people tend to get bored. My people tend to get bored. I tend to get bored. So yes, we'll be doing stamp stack in the morning and some techniques and designs and stuff like that. So Sunday the 29th is still available. It's a one-day retreat. You'll get a little goodie bag if you want to add on the stamps, or you can bring your own stamps and you'll just get the instructions, the cardstock, the demos and all that kind of stuff. So just a few more spaces available in that. So there we go. It remains for me to just say, have a lovely, lovely, lovely Christmas and New Year. And if you don't celebrate it, enjoy the rest of everybody being off doing their own thing, and you can just sit at home with your feet up and enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. So have a lovely time, everyone, and I will see you in January 2026. Alrighty, until then, take care. Bye-bye.